1, 2, 3, go. Welcome once again. I'm here with a special guest. Yeah, she'll be introducing herself, and kindly consider subscribing to our channel. She's a content creator too, and today we are here at Pipeline in Embakasi, and we have explored the place, and I wanted to know her thought about this place. But first, she has to introduce herself and her channel first, then we can continue. So kindly welcome.
Hi guys, thank you so much for hosting me on your channel.
Welcome.
And it's so nice to, lastly meet you. I've been seeing you on YouTube.
Okay.
Today at least I've met you personally.
Thank you.
So hi guys, my name is Grace. I go by the name Gracie D, your African diva on my YouTube channel. I'm a travel content creator. Kindly consider checking me out on my channel and subscribe if you like my content. And if you're also watching this video and you haven't yet subscribed to Romi's channel, kindly consider subscribing, like the video, and leave a sweet comment down below.
Yeah, most definitely. So talk about this beautiful place. Actually, This is my second time, if I'm not wrong, coming to Pipeline.
Yeah.
And I used to think Kibra is the most densely populated area, but to my shock, this place is really densely populated, and I believe this is because of the the tall flats, which in a 100 square meter, it gets to hold a lot of apartments, which holds lots of people. But in Kibra, it's more of the low houses or the bungalows, but they're not the bungalows. They are the shanty bungalows. Yeah, so most of them, to be precise. Yeah. So I was asking, what do you think about this area?
First of all, I actually love Pipeline. I've lived in a neighborhood a bit close to Pipeline called Wetania, along Thika Road. Before you get to Thika, it's in Kiambu County. Okay. So the way life here is, it's kind of the same how life is in Wetania. The big difference is that in Pipeline, the apartments are quite tall, so they're holding so many residents. Yeah, I so love the neighborhood. One of it being it's quite affordable. We've been eating some street food, some fruits. They're quite delicious and quite affordable. When you're living in this neighborhood, you have access to everything that you need for your day-to-day life. So that shows you like it's easy to access everything. And also compared to other neighborhoods, the prices of commodities here are cheaper, because they are very affordable, because they are like where I live, it's very hard to find tomatoes where you can buy like the prices that I've seen here. Because I've seen them putting labels on what they're selling. Yes. The only problem that I have is because with this big number of population, I wonder how people manage water issues. In Nairobi we have so much of water issues, to be honest. So that can be like one major problem that they have here, but I'm not sure. People who live here, they can tell us.
Yeah, with the comment section, but what I know from the friends or the knowledge I have is that before it's a requirement, before you start building a story building, you need to have a borehole.
Okay.
Yeah, so those are one of the requirements with the city council.
Okay.
Yeah, so before you have a tall story building, you need to
have a
borehole, and then it will supply the entire apartment with water. So
that's okay, because I've been working around it. We were working, and I was wondering how do Nairobi County government manage to cater water for all these people? Because I know, like, actually one of the reasons as to why I don't live in Nairobi County is because for the most neighborhoods that I can afford, I always hear people complaining about water issues. And the neighborhoods that I cannot afford, the high-end neighborhoods, they always have water, they have tanks and everything else. But to be honest, I still love this neighborhood. And I don't know what the prices of the apartments are here, but I would consider actually living here for the experience. And I'm not saying even this for the video. As I've said, I've lived in another neighborhood such as Pipeline.
What do you think about the security?
Security guys, we've been working. At first I was a bit skeptical about doing video in this neighborhood. As you see, I use my cell phone to do my videos. So it wasn't that easy for me to start doing the videos because I was scared about security or anyone might snatch my phone. But we were actually talking to another guy who is selling mandazis on the streets. His name is Nick. And he told us that in Pipeline, if someone snatches this phone, they will not get to that end of this road without being caught and being stoned by, you know, the residents of Pipeline. So it's quite secure in Pipeline.
What I can add on that is that they've made the environment so unconducive for thieves.
Yeah, exactly.
So if somebody was to think to steal, they'll be discouraged by the way they'll get away with the product or the thing they had eyed to steal.
Exactly.
So you know, as a thief, you have as a thief who's coming to steal anything, they must have a getaway plan.
Exactly.
If you don't have a getaway plan, you better not steal because you'll end up dead, right?
And actually, this is one of those neighborhoods that if they get you,
people are so angered.
Because you are like you are messing their neighborhoods, messing also their businesses. Because like this neighborhood, that guy was telling us there are some businesses that run 24/7 here. So that shows you how quite secure this neighborhood is. And if there are some businesses running 24/7, means that people are always in and out doing their things, you know? But I still love Pipeline. And also another fact, the fact that most streets are paved. You don't see, I live in a place called Kimbo. You don't see this in Kimbo, guys. I'm not lying. The place where I live in, when it rains, it's actually quite hard for us to walk to the road to get the buses. But in Pipeline, even if it's not all the streets, I've seen it in so many streets. So I was surprised to see that.
Which is a positive thing, right?
Exactly, it's positive.
In terms of transport, it's a bit closer to town. And then there is road transport and railway transport. So you can opt for one or another.
And actually, I remember there's a time my friend used to live at a place called Feda. She was coming to work to town, and they used to pay 30 Kenyan shillings for the train, and I was like, wow. Although she was saying sometimes it gets so crowded, but it's quite affordable for someone who cannot afford to pay 100 in the morning and 100 in the buses. And also another thing I've seen, they always have they have people allocated to come and collect garbages in this area. You know, I was surprised because like you go to a place in Kibra, they have a place where they dump all the garbages and they just leave it there. So I was also surprised about that.
In Dandora mainly.
Dandora, especially Dandora. I don't know why they do that in that neighborhood, but they can, you know, they can do better than that.
It's all about bad governance. I always say this without fear, man. It's all about bad governance. Once we get the right people on the leadership seats, I believe we shall get to improve.
But I feel like we blame so much on the government because let's say you bought this water bottle, you bought this water, like you know, the disposable bottle, and you just decide to like you know throw it anyhow you want. I see even women who have like small babies throwing pampers anyhow they want. How do we blame that on the government?
So what?
Like you know, first of all, we as Kenyans, cleanliness has to start from us. We cannot say it has to start from the governance. I know there is so much part that our Nairobi governance have failed us and the Kenyan governance, but there are some other things that we as Kenyan citizens have to take actions, you know. I know some people come at me for saying that, but it's not everything that we blame on the government. Like cleanliness, it has to start from you. You know, it just shows you when you're throwing litters just anyhow, it shows that is also how you live at your place. Imagine saying my place is dirty, my house is dirty because of bad governance. No. So if you can manage to keep your house clean, I believe that you can also manage to keep your neighborhood clean.
So I'd say partly is governance, and that is a huge percent because you need to at least provide the dustbins. You know, you need to have a proper management of wastage, of disposing wastage. That is provided by the governance.
Like so the one for Dandora, I actually understand because there are some these lorries that pick garbage, they go and you know dump them at Dandora or you know in other places. but also like you go to search some other neighborhoods and you'll find like a person lives in this apartment, but they're okay, they're very comfortable to just throw pampers just because down here, because there's no one living there, you know?
I understand.
Yeah.
That's recklessness too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so as a are you a Gen Z?
I'm not a Gen Z guy.
What do you mean? I've seen older people than you saying they're Gen Z, so I'm wondering, you're saying you're not a Gen Z?
Do I look like a Gen Z?
Because I've seen older people than you saying they're Gen Z.
I accept it then. If you say I'm a Gen Z, then I'm no one to say I'm not.
Okay, so what would you give the youth in terms of advice?
In terms of advice?
The better Kenya, better Africa, what's the good, what advice would you give?
First of all, actually, I want to appreciate all the Kenyan youth, all the Kenyan millennials, and all the Kenyan citizens for the good job that you've done of, you know, fighting the finance bill. At this point, I know it also feels like it's getting out of hand because there's been so much that has happened during this 1 month that we've had of protest. But it's been an eye-opening to Kenyan governance, for them to know that now Kenyan youths are woke and we are ready to fight for what is ours. And also I would say, you guys, we did a great job, because also myself, I was on the streets. But also what I want to urge the Kenyan youth, in as much as we out there protesting, like tomorrow is Tuesday, there might be protests. Let's not go destroying properties, because at the end of the day, that's why taxes will be raised, because they will be giving us the damn silly excuses that they always do, you know, we have to do this because you guys messed this. So let's not give them that opportunity to blame things on us. And you know, it's the way I've seen so many young youths here doing businesses. I'm so happy for them. And if you're out there and you know it's hard to find a job opportunity here in Kenya, right now we have things like social media where you can easily make a living out of it. I make my living, it's not that big, I'm not where I want to be, but I make my living from YouTube, and I'm so grateful for that. So you can also try something, also try to work with your talents, something that you can make a living on yourself or for yourself, because at this point I don't think in the next 10 years that it will be able for the governance to make a living for us young youths in Kenya. That is to be honest, because there are so many people who are learned, they have papers but are still poor. If you don't have connection in this country, let me tell you, even if you are have a master's degree, so many people are going nowhere with that. So we have to try and create job opportunity for us. Let's not get ourselves in crimes that might get us killed or locked behind bars.
Drugs.
Yeah, or drugs. To try to keep yourself busy. Nowadays, I see people like insulting at the Gen Z, saying they are lazy because they are always on social media, TikTok. At least it's making a living out of them. And don't listen to people. It's only you that matters. Whatever you do does not matter to anyone else apart from you. As long as it's paying your bills and you're not hurting anyone, go for it.
Yeah. Tell them where they can find you on the social media platforms.
So you can find me on YouTube, Gracie D. You can find me on Instagram, Grace_Daniels, TikTok, Gracie D.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. This was the video that made me subscribe to you.
Yeah.
The video I find you on his channel, where he said I found love. I was like, oh wow, who's this, my brother? My brother has got love. Because I'd actually watched your video with my brother from the USA.
Kid Greatness.
Yeah, Kid Greatness.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, I hadn't subscribed yet.
Yeah.
So after watching your video with him on his channel, we're talking about Joel Mugisha. Yeah. So I was like, oh, this is my brother. Let me see what he's saying about this lady. So that's how you followed me? Yeah, that's how I got to subscribe to your channel and got to follow you religiously.
Thank you, Joel, for giving me a subscriber.
Yeah.
He's the one behind the camera.
Yeah,
by the
sure.
way. Yeah.
Yeah, so big up yourself, continue doing the great job you're doing. And as a girl child, again, I would like you to at least advise, give hope to a lady out there, because you're still young, and at your age, or relatively at your age, lots of ladies are getting misled.
Yeah.
So maybe, and I can say at least you're doing something that is productive. So maybe you can just give hope to the young ladies who are out there, for them not to be misled with the, you know.
Yeah, for the young ladies who are watching this video, I know life in Kenya as a young lady, as a Gen Z, or as a lady as from nowadays, people, like kids are growing very fast from as low as the age of 17 years old. They already feel like they are adults. I know life is not easy out there as a lady. Sometimes, especially with this age of social media, I would want to tell you, don't let social media mislead you. Most of the things that you see, or most of the, like you might see me posting nice photos or maybe being in a nice restaurant, and maybe you don't know the sacrifices that I've put for me to be there. So it's always good to not be pressured, the peer pressure, because you see someone is doing something, or Grace has got this week, or Grace is going to this place, or Grace has traveled to this place. Let not that pressure you, because you don't know what some of these ladies are going through to get what they have. So it's always good to try and work hard, and also as a lady, try to have something for yourself. That way there's no man that will take advantage of you. But if you're just there depending on a man, it's okay to be actually dependent as a woman to a man that you love and a man that loves you. There's nothing bad with that actually. Also, I would want my man to spoil me and everything else. But it's always good as a young lady to have something for yourself, be focused, and actually from 18 to 25, it's the time for you to build yourself. Because when you don't do that, when you're at that age, when you've not figured yourself out at that age, because this is the age where most people get lost, sherehe in Nairobi, clubbing, trips, road trips, that is where most ladies get lost. Some of them you find they get pregnant in the process and everything else. But what I would say is try to figure yourself, or try to figure out your career or your dream when you're still at this young age, because when you're past 25, guys, it's not easy, and you get to 26, 27, you're close to 30 and you start feeling like a failure in this life. So it's good to always work on yourself and don't be pressured out there.
Yeah. There's somebody who told me mbele kuzuri. Can you translate that in English?
It says I would say the future. The future is bright.
The future is bright, yeah.
Yeah, so you just have to, just to work hard, be determined, do something that you feel like makes you happy. Like for me, I do YouTube because doing content, creating, editing my videos, posting my videos and interacting with people in my community of YouTube, it gives me happiness, and it makes me feel more inspired every day to go and make a different video out there. So if there's something that you really love doing, there's something that you do and you feel like I'm not growing, one day siku moja itajipa. So just put in the work and don't give up.
Wow.
Yeah.
She said it all, so kindly support her, go subscribe to our channel, and we shall really appreciate.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And
really appreciate.
Big up yourself.
Damn, they work me so damn hard. Work by 9, then off past 5, and they work my nerves. That's why I cannot sleep at night. Motivation, I'm looking for a new foundation.